What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that.
What it do, my loves? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with my behind the scenes tea on Robyn Dixon sit down with Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live. The episode aired actually a few weeks ago, but they had more footage that they wanted to show us after the Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 reunion part 3. Baby, let's get down to it because I got a lot to get off my chest. So like I said, 2 weeks after they filmed the season 7 reunion, Robyn was asked to come on Watch What Happens Live. Little did Andy or the rest of the world know was that literally either it was the same day or 2 days prior, she would go on her Reasonably Shady podcast and reveal that Juan had in fact had what we would call an affair, but she doesn't call it an affair. And she dissed all the tea on Reasonably Shady and told the world that they could get the rest of the exclusive tea on their Reasonably Shady Patreon page, and they would charge $5 to get that bit of tea. So when she went on Watch What Happens Live, Andy, of course, had a lot of questions for Mr. Roberto. So in the beginning, he explained exactly what happened with Juan and said woman from Canada, and how Juan paid for the hotel room because he felt sorry for the girl because she said she lost her wallet in the casino, child. And while she's talking, I was over here cackling. I mean, hollering, hooting and hollering at Ebony K. Williams' facial expression, because Ebony was literally the visual representation of America. As we sat there and listened to Robyn come up with the most lamest, idiotic, dumbest excuses that I've ever heard known to man. So Andy was like, that was the only time they met in person? Robyn was like, yeah. And Andy was like, did you not want to see their correspondence via text or DM? And Robyn was like, I didn't really ask. I just trusted what he's telling me is true. And Andy was like, you believe they were never physical? And Robyn was like, they were never physical. And Andy looked at her like, what? And then here go Ebony. Ebony was sitting there like, I know this girl ain't sitting up here letting this foolishness come out of her mouth during Black History Month. Because mind you, this was filmed during Black History Month. She was sitting there looking like this lady is making all black people look like straight up fools. What is going on? Where am I at right now? Then Robyn says, I just want to clarify this. There was no affair. He communicated with her, which he shouldn't have, and that was it. There was no relationship, no affair, no dating, and nothing physical. And Andy was like, and you believe that? And Robyn was like, yeah, I do. Robyn, Roberto, Ronaldo, Romulus, Joseph, Paul, Wayne, Jonathan Dixon. You are not getting ready to sit up here and make us believe that you honestly, truly, within the deepest of your gut, think that Juan did not have any type of physical interaction with this woman. Like, the fact that this lady claims she used to be in public relations baffles me, because no way. Ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm going to say claim, because you literally could not have been anybody's public relations person, because you are the worst spin doctor I've ever seen. No wonder you joined the Real Housewives, because you couldn't have been doing a good job in PR. Because if this is the lies you gonna come up with to defend you and your man, Girl, you need to go back into the cave you crawled up out of. Andy then asked, so you said you and Juan handled it. What does that mean? Robyn says, we were already doing premarital counseling as we should. And it was something we discussed throughout counseling. This happened in November 2021, and we started filming in March 2022. And we worked through it. We actually felt stronger going into season 7. Once again, y'all, I do not believe at all that Robyn knew about this affair prior to filming. I strongly believe that she did not find out until the girl went to Giorgio on TikTok with the information, and that's when she asked Juan and he had to come clean, and then that's when she decided to take it public. I do not at all believe that she knew prior to filming, because none of it adds up if she in fact did know. Andy asked, so did this incident play into the time it took you to get married? Robyn was like, we didn't break up, but we did put a pause on thinking about the wedding. And Andy was like, okay, so here's my thing. You're on a reality show about your life, and infidelity has been the hot topic of the season, and you've played a part in the conversation. So how do you stay silent through the season? Robyn looked up to Jesus for answers, child, because she ain't come up with a good answer for this one. And she was like, I was waiting for Karen to bring it up, but she sat there and barely said anything. What does Karen have to do with Juan cheating on you? Why would you wait for Karen to bring it up? And what she's referring to, Thomas, and Karen just sat there, that was when they were in Mexico. Okay, love, you said that you knew about this before the season began, because this happened in November 2021. Y'all started filming in March 2022. So you didn't know that Karen had any information about Juan cheating until y'all got to Mexico. So how could you have been waiting all season for Karen to bring it up? You didn't know until y'all got to Mexico that she'd even said anything about Juan having a jump off. So once again, your lies don't add up, love. It's like I'm watching an episode of Beavis and Butthead. Like, you cannot be this dang on dumb. Oh, Lord, I wish I could cuss, because this woman is an absolute imbecile. Andy says, don't you think you would have had more power bringing it up yourself? Robyn was like, I chose not to bring up something we'd already worked through months prior. And Andy was like, well, Candace has had a lot to say. She feels betrayed by you. And she was like, why? And he was like, cause her husband was hung out to dry all season. And Robyn, here she go with that high pitched voice. When she get to talking in her high pitched voice, that's when she knows she wrong, or when she been caught. And she was like, but I defended her husband. What does what I'm going through or what I share have to do with her and Chris? And Andy was like, it looks like Chris was the sacrificial lamb. And Robyn was like, but not to me. If they would have brought it up, I would have talked about it. Girl, they did bring it up. Karen did expose you. And when she did, you sat there at that table and said, I've never heard that a day in my life. Juan ain't cheating on me. How would he look like if he was cheating on me? You sat there and played dumb, or not even played dumb. You sat there looking stupid in the face and said that you didn't even know what was going on, because at that time, I firmly believe that you did not know. And that's why he went off the way that he did on that phone, like men do when they've been accused of cheating. You didn't know at that time, and he was still keeping it a secret. So don't sit up there and say if they would have brought it up, you would have talked about it, because when it was brought up, you denied it because you did not know it was true at that time. So Andy responds, you're saying it has to happen during production for you to bring it up. Robyn was like, I don't know why I would offer up that information when it wasn't an issue I was dealing with at the present time. And Andy was like, it was an issue that you had dealt with that informed where you were in the marriage, and giving all the speculation about why it took so long to have the wedding. And given that one of the true reasons is you had to deal with this hiccup, that is a reason to bring it up. And here go this dingbat. From Karen? Because no one else was like, Robyn, when are you getting married? When are you get like, why do you keep on trying to pin everything on Karen? You blame Karen for Mia and Wendy's altercation, saying that she should have got in between them. Now you're blaming Karen for you not coming to the public and to the show and do your job by giving us your reality. Like, you cannot pin everything on Karen, love. That is not how it works. Unless Karen is an unknown third party in y'all relationship, which I'm very sure she is not. You sound ridiculous. You sound crazy. Andy was like, it was kind of the number one question when you came here. Here go Robyn once again, looking and sounding dumb. Ebony. They panned the camera to Ebony again. You cannot tell me or pay me enough money to believe that Ebony wasn't sitting there thinking, like, I did not go to law school to be sitting next to this dumb thought. Like, absolutely not. This is not what my life has become. Robyn replies, well, there are two people involved here, and I do have to take into consideration that being on this show is not easy for the men, and I have never put any of the men on blast. And Andy was like, but you're accusing Karen of having an affair in Vegas and showing a photo as proof in retaliation to her bringing it up. Raise collateral damage in that. And Robyn was like, but I wasn't talking about Ray. I was talking about Karen. And Andy was like, but you were talking about Ray's marriage. And Robyn was like, but Karen came for mine first. Like, well, which one is it? Did you want Karen to spill the tea about Juan's affair so then you could come clean? Or did you bring up Karen allegedly cheating and retaliate? Like, which one is it? Because you were just going all around the mulberry bush. Like, I cannot get on this carousel with you. I don't know which way we going, girl. I'm just as confused. I feel like I'm dumb. And I know I'm not dumb, Jesus. I know I'm not dumb. I might not have graduated from high school. Lord knows I didn't, because I was out here thotting and bopping. But ain't no way you gonna make me think that I'm crazy and that I ain't got a brain and a pot to piss in. I know the nails in my head is screwed in real tight. Now, you on the other hand, you got several screws loose. You can't tell me it ain't nothing but space and opportunity in that little bitty lemon head brain of Roberto's. I don't understand how she graduated from anybody's college. How does she even walk? I don't even understand how she puts one foot in front of the other. She's so dang on dumb. So dumb. Then in the end, Andy says, well, this isn't about you. This is about Juan. Do you get tired of publicly defending him? And Robyn was like, I don't feel like I'm publicly defending him. I feel like I'm always defending us. Girl, now I understand why your shoulders are so broad and wide, because you got the world on your shoulders, child. You are carrying the weight of y'all relationship on them boulders you call shoulders, child. Baby, all I know is Andy Cohen, my homeboy from my hometown of STL. This is the Andy we need at the reunion. The Andy that comes back with rebuttal questions to keep these girls on their toes, to keep them stammering. This is the energy we need moving forward at every single reunion for every franchise. Don't let your foot up off of these ladies' necks. Make them earn that paycheck, honey. These ladies are getting paid almost $500,000 or more for their life. And if y'all gonna get up here and be on these reality shows, then y'all need to keep it real deal Holyfield. And when they lying and when they faking and fronting, they need to be held accountable. I just found out Jen Shaw, who only was on Salt Lake for 3 seasons, was getting paid $480,000, okay, in her last season on the show. So a person like Robyn, who has been on here for all 7 seasons, you can't tell me Robyn ain't at least making about $600,000. So Yeah, she need to be held accountable. And you need to start putting your foot on all of their necks, Andy. This is the type of energy we need going towards these reunions. All that lackadaisical, letting them say whatever they want to say, and you just moving on to the next question. Nah. Keep this same energy moving forward. As far as Roberto is concerned, girl, you should have just stayed home and played sick. You should have said you had COVID or the flu, girl. Had measles or the mumps. Had polio. Something. Chicken pox. Because this was cringy. This was an absolute embarrassment, not only to yourself, but to your children, to your family. You got on national television and made yourself look like the biggest, dumbest fool in America. Like the dumbest woman in America. Dumbest. You should not have even spoken on his behalf. You should have let him take responsibility for his actions. But once again, you want to put the whole weight of Juan and his indiscretions on your shoulders, making them more wider and stronger and harder than they already are. Don't you want to be somewhat feminine? Like, stop taking on this man problems. He has yet to say anything, and you just steady out here making yourself look like a fool. And for what? Juan? He all right looking, but he ain't all that. You can find you another man. There are plenty of men out there that will want you, Robyn. Plenty of men. I understand this was your first and only homosexual relationship, but there are other fish in the sea, girl. Other fish in the sea. I understand you got 2 kids, but there are men out there that are ready to be in a ready-made family. You know what I'm saying? And I need to see Ebony back on my television screen. I noticed she got her own Judge show coming up, but I need to see Ebony back on the Housewives, because them facial expressions was all that I ever needed and wanted in my life. Her being there when this happened was God sent. It was God sent, honey. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If y'all don't listen to Ebony's podcast, Holding Court with Dustin Ross, you are missing out. It is hilariously funny. You get to see the other side of Ebony that we did not get to see on RHOP. And I really feel like she should have been given another chance, considering the climate that she was in her season, dealing with COVID and all the racial injustice that was going on in the world. Her being the first Black housewife with a bunch of white Republican women that don't know no better and was low-key racist. Like, she should have got another chance, but I digress. Ebony was the MVP of this Watch What Happens Live. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this idiotic interview down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.